I would love to take you to coffee this week. Does Wednesday work? Okay. You cannot take me to coffee or tea on the first date.
Is this actually working for you? That is the question. To the pick-me bandits out there, save it. I don't think this is good advice.
It's coming.
Welcome to another episode of the Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Melanie P podcast. I'm your girl, Melanie P, and we're here to have a conversation, y'all. One of my listeners, subscribers, community, family, I feel like I'm spitting, sent me this right here, and I want to talk about it. Listen, before I continue, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notifications, child, because I'm going live in the mornings with Melanie P. Make sure you join the family. Let's get into this clip that one of my subscribers sent to me in my Instagram DM, and let's talk about it.
Dating pool. Let me show you how to redirect your way out of a low budget experience. Okay, this is a potential suitor. He has no number saved because period. Y'all already know how I roll. Good morning. It was great speaking with you last night. I woke up so refreshed. I would love to take you to coffee this week. Does Wednesday work? Okay, you cannot take me to coffee or tea on the first dates. It's not equitable for me. I don't drink coffee and my perfume costs too much, so don't play. All right, so I hail from corporate America. We're going to use the sandwich effect here. 6 years in the C-suite. We about to use this. Okay, boom. So I say, good morning. It was great speaking with you also. It's actually restaurant week coming up. Here's the link. Let me know which one you decide. I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to start off with something good, okay? It was great speaking with you also. I'm not even addressing the coffee, baby. We're going to redirect you in the middle, then I'm going to end with something great saying, I'm looking forward to seeing you. We're also putting the ball back in his court because he's a grown-ass man, okay? You need to make the decision. So he goes, I just looked over the options. Let's do Italian. Perfect. So he goes, Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm like, works for me. I'm in Alexandria and I'm not far. If you could pick me up or send me an Uber, that would be awesome, because why would you want me working on cobblestone? Why would you want me looking for parking? Sounds laborious to me. He goes, no problem. I'll send an Uber around 6:15. Baby is a new man. He is a new man. And I go, wonderful. Thank you. Ask for what you want. Be polite in your ass. Be a little bit difficult and always say please and thank you. There you go.
So this is my girl. Her name is Tecia XVS. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you, I think she has a YouTube, I believe. I love her. Actually love her. She was on Ready to Love, the season in DC. One of my favorites. I think she's a very gorgeous woman. I love a lot of her content. Let's start with the positives. Let us do the sandwich method, okay? I'm gonna do a little sandwich method here. Here are the positives. So I love Tecia. I think she has great advice for a lot of the women. I love when these women dating coaches, the one thing I'll always give them is that they often speak to the women so they know their worth. And by that, I mean, I was also sent another clip that I'm going to do a video on. I don't think I even have it up, possibly. I don't know. I don't have it up. But it was about this girl, and she was basically saying that she'll F a nigga, but she won't cook for him, right? So we have two different extremes here. We have one woman, Miss Tecia, my girl, saying that, sir, don't take me for no coffee or no tea on the first date. My perfume costs more than this tea or coffee. Don't play with me. And then we have on the other extreme, another beautiful black queen saying that, oh, I will let you insert your penis inside of me, but I won't cook for you because that's too much. So we have two different extremes here. If I had to pick between the extremes, I'm going to pick valuing myself enough to want an actual meal than coffee. But here's my honest opinion with that. So the person who sent this to me was a black man, and he had his own opinions. He thought that this was awful advice for women. And he literally said that this woman is out here doing the devil's work because she's a single woman. She doesn't have a man, and she's advising black women to do games like this, and she don't even have a man. Those are his thoughts, not mine. His thoughts, not mine. Now, I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I could see how a man would think this. I could see how a man would be maybe offended or uncomfortable with this kind of rhetoric that she's teaching the girlies. I could see that. You know, here's the thing. If you listen to the details of what she is saying on this clip, she's literally saying that this is their first official date. Now, she doesn't go into detail about how long they've been talking. She doesn't go into detail about if this is just a Tinder date or, you know, a dating site date that, you know, we have never met in person. I'm willing to venture that this is a dating site date. I talked to you on the phone. We've never met each other. This is our first time meeting. And he is saying, you know, hey, can I take you out for coffee or a cocktail? And she is saying, no, sir, I don't do coffee. I'm not even going to acknowledge the fact that you're taking me out, that you want to look at me so lowly to think that I would be okay with a coffee date. No, sir, it's restaurant week. Buy me a full meal. Now, I've had a video on here before. I'm not a full meal kind of girl, and I just don't, I'm not here for this. I want to be honest with you. I'm just not here for this. If it's your first date with a person and now you asking him for a full meal, you're asking him to get you a car, you asking him all these things, I can understand why it would make a man be like, well, damn, I mean, I'm just meeting you for the first time. Now, to the pick me bandits out there, save it. I don't care what you think. I don't think this is good advice. Now, again, she doesn't give us all of the history, right, in this situation. Like, have y'all been talking for a long time? Like, what's the background? So I'm going to just include and add what I think is going on here. In my opinion, this is someone you have been seeing on Tinder, talking to on Tinder, Hinge, whatever it is. You guys are actually going to meet for the first time. He says, hey, can I take you out for a coffee date? You say, no, this is low budget for me, sir. And also, here's restaurant week. And send me a black car, send me an Uber. I think it's doing too much. I think it's doing too much. And even to reference that this is a low budget experience because somebody wants to take you for coffee. Now, again, don't take me for coffee. Don't take me for coffee, take me for a cocktail. Okay. I can see if you're not a coffee drinker, take me for a cocktail. Like, I don't even know you, sir. I don't even know if I want to be tied to a dinner table. I don't care if it's restaurant week. I don't care if it's truckers week. I don't care if it's booty call week. I don't want to be tied down to no table with you for a piece of steak. I don't need you sending me a car because then you're going to know where I live. No, thank you. I will meet you for a cocktail. Now, I'm typically here for the advice of Ticia. I love her. I love her advice most of the time because I like that she speaks to Black women and she wants them to understand their worth. I think we need more of this 100%. I'm here for allowing Black women to rest in their femininity, rest in their soft life. But I think this is bad advice. I truly think this is actually bad advice. Depending on the circumstances. To say that this is a low budget experience because the man is offering coffee is crazy work to me. Now, in this situation, it worked out perfectly fine. He's like, cool, I'll send you a car. Cool. I'll take you out for dinner. Cool. Right? It worked out for this situation. But that won't always be the story. Now, again, I can hear the pick me bandits in the comments saying, oh, well, if he can't do this, if he can't do that, then I don't want him to take me out. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Child, bye. I know. Here comes a broken record. I know a lot of great Black men. A lot of great Black men. And the man who actually sent me this, I know him. And rich nigga, money, property, married nigga, you know what I'm saying? And when he sees this, he's like, hell no, you're asking for a whole lot for a first date. And this ain't no bum person. Like, this guy who sent me this is not a bum. He's not a bum. He's not a womanizer. He's not any of that. He's actually a good man. He's a married man, right? But if he was single, he wouldn't even be tripping. He wouldn't even acknowledge this back and forth. And I say that to say that women, they want a man. Women want to be wifed up. They want to be booed up, but they're out here making these ludicrous requests on a first date. It's nasty work. It's truly nasty work. Let's look at some of the comments to see what people are thinking about this advice. Now, Ticia says, the low effort men that hate to see Black women with a standard and the pick-me-shas have entered the chat. Ooh. I actually prefer a coffee date first. Let me make sure I roll this up. I actually prefer a coffee date first. It gives the opportunity to see if the person is worthy of your time, not a creeper, and genuinely a good person. Then, if all goes well, you can proceed to dinner right after. Also, I'm taking my car to have an exit plan. If he picks me up, he will have my address. I just said this. And what if something goes wrong? I would have to pay an Uber to get home. Simple rules. Keep first date simple. no more than one drink and one drink or none, and have a exit plan. Let's look at these comments for this one. Do what works best for you. Funny. Absolutely agree. Same. This. You can let a man give you bare minimum all you want, but you will not encourage other women to do the same. Know your worth. That's crazy. I know my worth, but this is a first date. Why try to get a man to give you his life on a first date? I agree. Since when is a dinner date, which has been the standard for nearly a century? So see, here's the dumb shit. Here go the dumb shit. We understand courting. We understand what a good date looks like. But this is not the 20th century, child, when people was just going online, going on Hinge, going on Tinder, sponsor me, and meeting random strangers. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole different day and time with technology in the middle, putting strangers together. So this is not the same type of courting process and meeting process specifically that our parents had and our grandparents have. This is where we have to use reasoning, intuition, and our brains. And like Ticia said, do what's best for you, but I just don't like this advice for a first date. Coffee Book Bay. A coffee date is not low budget. It's intimate and personal. Coffee would have been great for me, and that's coming from a 6-figure independent woman. I need to know who I'm sitting down at dinner with before I give you much of my time. Is it possible for you to have a respectful tone while speaking, or is that a lost trend? Now, hold up. Canadian badass ink. Don't come for my girl. Like, we ain't got to agree. But she don't have a disrespectful tone. That's a bit much. A little nudge said, how is this real? A coffee date is a date. Glad this works for you, though. And see, this is where it gets a little bit touchy. And I want to be respectful. So the person who sent this to me said that she's going to be single. She's going to stay single. And she's going to be out here giving bad advice to women. And she don't have no man. Now, I hate that I'm repeating that, but I have to repeat it because although I don't like to say that she'll never get a man, whatever, but I don't think she's in a relationship now. And so is this actually working for you? That is the question. Is this way of thinking working for you? Someone else in the comments said, I wish I had seen this earlier when someone mentioned coffee to me. I offered a Zoom call instead. It's even more low budget, right? I support this message. I love this. So it seems to be kind of 50-50 in the comments. And I think that a lot of people are saying, why would you give this man your address in an Uber? This is semantics, right? A coffee date, a cocktail date is a date. Why do I need to give you my address? Why can't I drive my own car? And see, when we're talking about low budget, right? This is not a coffee date, or grabbing cocktails is not low budget unless you make it low budget. You don't have to stay there. You know what I'm saying? You might not like this guy. You may want to leave. And now you're sitting there having to call an Uber because you let this man get you an Uber to get there. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. In this day and age of dating, we have to understand that dating is a process of collecting data on both sides. Dating is the process of vetting your partner with intentionality and with your brain, period, point blank. So on a first date, I don't need you to buy me a steak dinner. I want to have a conversation with you, because this is what makes me kind of sad for Black women. And women in general, but like what I'm seeing on social media, you're putting all this energy into getting a meal and to having a car sent to you. But what about this man's character? What about this man's moral standing? What about how this man treats people? I don't hear any of this. It's all about what he should be getting for you. Give me a black car, send me out on a date, and it's restaurant week. Do this, do that, do this, do that for somebody you don't even know. It just doesn't set a good tone to me for women to men. And again, pick me, Isha, call me what you want, but this is actual awful advice based on me filling in the holes of this story with what I just assumed. Why the hell do you need a Uber if you got your own car? You don't know this man. And I just don't understand what's wrong with coffee or cocktails. Now, again, don't coffee me, cocktail me. Okay, cocktail me. I'm fine with a cocktail, but don't coffee me. But I feel like the focus should be more so on the conversation to see if you wanted to even go to where I'm stuck sitting down with you at the table. Like, can y'all be serious right here? I've been on dates where now I'm sitting down with your ass and I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? I don't like how you're treating people. And because I'm a nice person, now I got to sit here watching you chew and smack, making freaking noises. You know, I feel stuck and trapped when I could just be like, this was a great little cocktail. Thank you, sir. Block, lose my number. I don't know. I just think this is awful advice. I just think this is really, really awful advice based on the holes of the story that I'm filling in. I think that a lot of these women are too focused on things like this and not focused enough on who a man is inside. I would much rather sit with you in an intimate setting at a bar, not for coffee, give me a cocktail, and have a conversation with you. Because at the end of the day, most of the time when I be on a date, when I was dating like that, it's going to lead to, I'm with you for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night. Now we're going to dinner. Now we're going somewhere else because I'm a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not a vibe, then you're not my person. And it was great meeting you. No love lost. And I hate to be, again, pick me Isha energy, but you got to be kind of understanding with these men. Like, hopefully, if you're even going out or even thinking about going out with this man, there's something about him that intrigues you. So I'm hoping it's something good. And so I just don't like the idea of most of the time these men have to pay for all these dates. And if you're thinking about them and what they have to go through, it's really not fair to have to force them. And I know you're going to say nobody forced anybody to, but you're putting it out there that it's a low budget experience. If somebody wants to have a cocktail or have coffee, you're a low budget. Like, here's what men are hearing. And here's what I'm hearing, honestly. You're a low budget ass nigga who can't afford nothing but coffee or cocktails. Let me redirect you like a little boy and son you like a little kid and tell you that here's restaurant week. You make a choice. Like, I get what's trying to be like stirred in this pot. You want to make sure that a man has initiative. Can he read? Can he provide you with a good experience in the future? I get it, but not on the first date. This is awful advice. Now, Tia, I love you, boo. I think you're stunning. I think you're going to find a beautiful man's going to find you. You're going to live happily ever after. I speak that over your life. So for anybody else saying otherwise, F you. But I just think this particular advice that you're giving here is not the best advice. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Respectfully, please. Let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next episode.